What's up? It's me, Roblox Critical here, and I'm here again to deliver you the best of the best Roblox games. And for today's video, it's going to be about the top 10 Roblox SCP games that you need to play in 2020. Rise up, you weirdos. It's time for you to shine as you play your way into these abominations. As this channel's tradition is, it's time for the question to pop. What is the meaning of SCP? You know the drill. You comment what's the answer to the question, which is hidden somewhere in the video, and get your comment liked and pinned. Alright, let's go. This is Site 76, Prison Anomalies, an SCP-inspired secret prison compound. You'll be responsible for containing both inmates as well as exotic anomalies, individuals, creatures, etc. As for the roles, you can play the Foundation member, where you have to keep the facility functional, arrest prisoners seeking to escape, or even monsters. You can start riots, disguise, release creatures, monster entities to cause mayhem, assassinate players, begin heists, and steal strange objects. As a prisoner, your goal is to escape and become a member of the Chaos Insurgency. Every role has particular roles, like as a Foundation member, you can be a scientist, a staff, overseer, site director, security, and task force. The game features tasks that you need to fulfill for Roblox badges. You can also change or customize your name using the /name command. The game features entities and anomalies. There are around 30 monsters in the game. Be careful of them. Each of these monsters is unique in both appearance and behavior. They also have abilities, so you better watch out. Welcome to SCP-3008, the infinite IKEA game. You'll wander through the vast horror land of furniture, located within SCP-3008-1. Build a base, survive from employees attacking you like a customer from Black Friday, and of course, stay alive. This game has single player mode and a multiplayer mode. The only objective is to survive, and survive. It's a pretty funny game, actually. SCP Roleplay is a role-playing game, not the RPG role-playing, it's role-playing. You can choose between a wide selection of characters of your favorite SCPF roles. We got Class D prisoners, scientists, security, chaos insurgents, administrative, internal security, and many more. The game features various guns here, like the M4, Glock, and more. Be mindful of the SCP creatures though, because they can kill people. For me, the prison is pretty neat, and the design is quite likable. There are multiple quests here that you can finish as well. SCP R-Breach is a horror FPS game, and that means you may experience jump scares and spookage fest. Play at your own risk. The game itself features various roles and jobs, as well as objectives that are either to escape or to kill. Pretty simple, right? It also has features for both guns and abilities that you can use to a full extent. The game is heavily round-based, and the objective varies, depending on whether you're a trooper, a neutral, or a SCP creature. It's a casual game, and it's really fun. SCP Anomaly Breach is a survival game where you have to do multiple objectives so you can escape the facility. The game is really scary, and I swear to God, don't play if you're a chicken. Some of the game features include over 20 plus SCP creatures in the game that roam and kill people. It's always wise to be very careful, but you can always utilize the game's weapons and items to navigate your way into it. Site-61 Roleplay is a roleplay game, and its primary use is for the research and containment of SCPs. I can't say much for the game, but it's pretty similar to SCP Roleplay with only a few noticeable differences. Welcome to Area 47, an underground facility that contains anomalous objects, all those that defy laws of human nature. While the game has similar elements as other roleplay games, this has the same formula as the previous games I've mentioned earlier. You can play as a scientist, security, or be a member of Chaos Insurgency who seeks to destroy the Foundation, raid, protect the family, or roam around the sewers. Area 47 is pretty neat and amazing, and it's pretty realistic and scary too. SCP Demonstration Facility Site-101 is another SCP game, but in here you can experience zombie outbreaks, SCP-008, SCP-173, and the horrifying shy guy known as SCP-096. There's also Burning Man, Alligator, Lizard, Mask and Plague Doctor as SCP-049, Old Guy or SCP-106, Healing Slime, Claw Monster, and many more. There's so many I can't even name them all. In short, there are various SCP creatures here, and you can play as a Class D prisoner, Chaos of Insurgency, and Security Department. This one is like prisoner versus security versus criminals. Well, that's all. Not that much objective, but a fun game. There are also various weapons here too for the security to use. The fun thing about this game is you can kill people randomly, but for the most part, it's a role-playing game. Site Delta is the same thing with other SCP games, and this game has one goal too, which is to secure anomalies in SCP creatures. As you've already noticed, this is another role-playing game with a pretty detailed architecture, especially for the details of the buildings and such. All the content is derived from SCP's website. The mechanics are pretty much the same from other SCP games that I've mentioned earlier. SCP-096, aka Shy Guy, will be the prime antagonist in this game. Basically, you guys are in a maze, and Shy Guy is roaming to hunt you cowards. There's no exit in the game, so all you gotta do is run. The maze is randomly generated and can be a bit crazy, especially for first-timers. And there you have it. If you like what you see here, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to stay critically updated. And of course, answer this week's question to get your comment liked and pinned. See you later.